His leg was shattered, scalp torn off, punctured throat, and gashes everywhere. Having no hope, his friends took his gear and left him behind to die. But he didn't, crawling over 200 miles in the
200? Alright, man, look, today we'll be checking out Hoodie John, the guy with the most random facts on the dang YouTube platform. He got some crazy shorts. We gonna take a look at him. And if you guys like this video, we'll do another one. Just make sure you're liking the video if you like the video. You feel me? Shout out Hoodie John. Let's check out some of these facts. We're gonna start with some of his oldest stuff. Let's get it, like
9 crazy reasons you could be accused as a witch in the 1600s. If you were way too attractive, getting lots of attention, they thought your looks might be used to manipulate people into witchcraft, killing you for it.
Damn, so I can't be a bad bitch. Damn, chat, guess I'm a witch. Oh, you got me. You got me. Oh, you got me.
If you were writing on a piece of paper and someone noticed you were left-handed, it was believed left-handed people had the devil's hand, ending your life.
How many of y'all lefties in here? Me? Get them going. All of them. Get them going. Everybody, shoot me. Yup. Get them going. All the lefties, get them going. You're cooked. I'm both-handed. Oh, you're for sure gone. Both-handed. Ambidextrous, nigga? He said I'm both-handed. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't spell a word out either, bro. Because I know the word. Spelling that motherfucker, I'm cooked.
After an argument with someone, if you mumbled under your breath while walking away, people thought you were cursing them with a spell, executing you.
Yo, I can't be mad. Oh, fuck.
If you were too good at cooking and baking, making better tasting food than your neighbors, they thought you used bewitched ingredients to make your food too enjoyable.
Damn, I can't cook it. Yo, wait, hold on, bro. How you mad at me because you can't fucking cook? Fuck is that? Right, bitch, cook better.
Torturing you to death. If you had a large birthmark, freckles, or moles, you'd be labeled as having the witch's mark. Drowning you alive. If someone saw you in their dream, it was believed the person they saw is a witch using spiritual powers to
Wait, hold on. How the fuck you No, hell no. How the fuck I'm supposed to control that? I'm supposed to control your fucking dreams? Fuck that.
invade your mind, burning you at the stake. If you were never in a relationship or weren't married, people might think you were overly independent, trying
cause you got no hoes? You gonna get, yo, that's worse. Like, damn, I'm already hoeless. Don't kill me cause I don't get bitches. Yo, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, a lot of the niggas in the chat would be dead right now. There, I said it. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
trying to hide something, taking your life. If you loved animals and had a lot of pets, they thought you used them as a vessel to transform into and spread your witchcraft, killing you and your pets.
The pets too? I'm cooked. I'm fucking cooked. Like, I'm dead as hell. Wrap me up, bro. Wrap it up, bro.
I don't think you understand how
The rarest thing in the universe. Talk to me.
rare your existence actually is. Because you being alive right now is pretty much statistically impossible. To give you perspective, there's been over 100 billion people who ever lived on Earth. But this number is nothing compared to how many people could have ever lived. Because if you were to add up all the possible combinations of your DNA, the number would be so astronomically large you couldn't even read it. But somehow out of nearly infinite versions of your DNA, you were born. Not only that, even including thousands of
I'm special. Come on, man. Shout out to all the niggas in the chat. We all the fastest swimmer, you know what I'm saying?
years of all of your ancestors' actions and DNA which led to you existing. If they didn't meet that specific person, make a specific life choice, or even make the tiniest decision ever, you would never exist today, increasing the chances of you being born to an unfathomable number, making your life one of the rarest things in the entire universe.
I'm special. I know it. I like to thank the Academy. You know what I'm saying? Without y'all,
Did you know that lemurs consume the world's most lethal toxin just so they
what was that, a millipede? When lemurs get zooted.
can get high? Their first step is finding a millipede, picking it up and biting into it while
It's not, chat, that's not as bad as centipedes. Hey, and fuck you whole ass niggas who tag me on Instagram, on fucking TikTok, tagging me and comment to fucking millipedes, bitch. I'm not that scared, hoe ass nigga. And you tagging the wrong fucking animal, pussy.
while flailing it around in their jaws.
It still don't look right. But I ain't that scared.
Because millipedes release a deadly poison known as cyanide,
It's the difference. There's a difference.
which coats the inside of their mouth, spitting
Wait, they can have cyanide? Wait a minute. Is that what you just said?
jaws. Because millipedes release a deadly poison known as cyanide, which coats the inside of their mouth. Spitting out the millipede, the lemur begins uncontrollably salivating due to the toxins. Then using their hands, they catch the saliva mixed with cyanide and rub it all over their body. Initially, they do this to repel mosquitoes and bugs, but eventually they start enjoying this process a little too much, becoming addicted to the side effects of cyanide, stuck in a loop doing this process over
Drug addicts. They popping milliperks.
and over again until they fall into a trance-like state, where they've been seen standing completely frozen in place, zoning out, feeling at peace, ignoring threats and being less alert, or most of the times just passing out.
I can't tell a lemur how to live their life, bro. I just hope they get off that stuff, man.
Did you know that crows
Why crows are evil? Talk to me.
can hold a grudge against you for your
We did know that. Come on, chat. We knew that. We learned it. We learned it here. We learned.
entire life? Because if you ever try to hurt or attack a crow, they can actually remember your face. Where if they ever see you again, they're able to instantly recognize you as a threat. But it doesn't stop there, as crows are extremely communicative and will
And tell they other homies. We know this. Come on down to the Simba learning town. We learn this stuff in the stream and in the videos. Come on, man.
go as far as telling the rest of its flock to remember your face as well, also passing down their grudge against you to their babies. So even after the crow you taunted dies, other generations of crows will continue to have this grudge against you, where they're known to do things like loudly squawk at you non-stop, constantly shadowing over you just watching, or
And then there was that one where they dropped the shit on the person's head and like hurt them or killed them.
rarely they'll swoop down at you, making sure they never forget what you did.
Yeah, we know that. Come on, chat, let me in. Yeah.
Filipino fisherman accidentally find one of the rarest objects on Earth. It all started back in 2006 while the man was on his normal boat route when suddenly he was surrounded by a massive storm. In a panic, he tried to sail away, but his anchor was stuck on something preventing him from leaving. Taking matter into his own hands, he dove down to his anchor and tried moving the object himself. But the object he found was much different than he could ever imagine. It was
Hold on, real quick. I know we're supposed to be focusing on the object. Why his mouth look like a booty hole? Thank you, best man. That's a booty hole. That's not shock. That's booty hole. That's straight booty hole. That's a booty hole. We know that. Okay, so I'm not bugging. I'm like, hey, like, yeah, I get it, you know, but like, you know, come on now.
He could ever imagine. It was a giant, shiny, weird-looking white rock, and at first he thought nothing of it, carrying it back to his boat because he thought it looked cool, sailing back home and stuffing the rock under his bed, completely unaware of what he just found. Fast forwarding an entire 10 whole years later, his house caught on fire, burning down half of his house, forcing him to move. But while he was taking out everything that survived, he rediscovered the giant white rock, finally deciding to bring it to a local tourist office, hoping they knew what it was. But when he walked inside and revealed it to them, it left everyone speechless. The object he found wasn't a rock, but one of the world's largest pearls ever discovered in human history, worth over $100 million.
$100 mil? Yo, no, chat, cause no, listen though. Imagine you had $100 million worth of something sitting under your bed for 10 fucking years.
Why are honey badgers
Alright, why honey badgers are evil?
one of the most feared creatures?
We know that because they be tweaking. We know this, chat. Come on, we on timing. We know this because they evil. They like mean as hell. They like bad. They like badass kids.
Creatures in the entire animal kingdom, where even lions, snakes, and elephants don't even try bothering it. First off, honey
so knowledgeable. We is. We really like. We really hear.
Badgers are extremely aggressive, where no matter what size you are, they will challenge you. Known to have an extremely strong bite force, targeting your most vulnerable areas, like your eyes, throat, or even your balls. But it doesn't stop.
They get the bees, you know what I'm saying? Hey, tread lightly. You want your balls bitten off? I don't think think so.
Up there, as honey badgers are pretty much mini tanks, doing things like fighting deadly snakes, passing out from the venom, then waking up to finish the job, ignoring pain and injuries, constantly fighting no matter what, or taking on multiple animals by itself.
Literally.
And even if you were to get a good bite off on a honey badger, they have extremely loose skin and will twist inside of their own body just to bite your face. So if you do somehow kill a honey badger, there's still no doubt it'll leave you mangled.
Hey, bro, you're not going out without a motherfucking fight, nigga. How penguins get married?
That penguins can propose and actually get married to
with rocks. Where did I learn this?
each other just by using a rock. The first step is during mating season, where the male penguin will search the crowd looking for a female he likes. Once he has a crush, he'll remember their face, going out on a mission looking for the
Find
most
the
perfect
best
pebble
rock,
he
yeah.
can find. When searching, they try to
for you,
look for
little
ones
shit.
that are smooth, shiny, have a flat surface, and are clean. Once they find this special rock, the penguin will carry it in their beak all the way back to their crush,
for you,
where it
my
all
little
comes
shit.
down to a moment of truth, at which the male penguin will simply walk up to the female and lay the stone down at her feet. If she doesn't pick up the rock, that means she's not interested or already taken, which can cause the male to panic, constantly dropping more pebbles hoping she changes her mind. Or sometimes their mate might see this and attack the other penguin. But on the other hand, if she does pick up the pebble, it's a yes, where they will then spend the next few days building a nest together, then raise
You want to start a family, my shit? I know, I got rocks. You like rocks. Let's make this happen. You know what I'm saying?
raising an entire family for months until they grow up, meeting each other again every single mating season.
Oh, that's for life. Oh, that's for life. Oh, every mating season. Come on now. Hell yeah.
These are 4 animals you didn't know were best friends. First, ravens and wolves work together to hunt, where ravens will fly around looking for prey, then flying back to the wolves, getting their attention and leading them to the animal they saw, waiting for the kill and sharing the meal. Next, hermit crabs and anemone basically team up together to survive. Since an anemone can't move fast, the crab will pick it up and equip it on its shell. The anemone helps defend the crab with its stinging tentacles.
You know what I'm saying? Didn't know this. Nah, yeah, didn't know this either. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he going around, you know what I'm saying? Getting his little, you know what I'm saying? His eat on.
While the crab gives it much faster transportation and also shares scraps of its food every time it eats. Next, coyotes and badgers hunt together. Since
Coyotes and badgers.
coyotes are better at covering ground and badgers are better underground, the
Oh, they can knock them out the ground. They can knock them out the ground. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it went underground to destroy. You know what I'm saying? Get away from you. Boom, I'm under there. Get up out of there. Boom, yeah, catch it. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. That's smart. That's smart.
coyote will chase the prey on land, then if it goes under, the badger will take over, leaving the prey with no options or ways to escape, sharing their meal. Finally, humans and wild dolphins in Brazil work together to catch fish. The dolphins will find a school of fish and herd them towards the fisherman. When the fish are close, the dolphin will slap the water with its tail, signaling the fisherman to cast the net, causing the fish to scatter and get disorientated so it's easier for the dolphins to catch, rewarding both of them. These are
Fire. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this, you know what it's like? Marvel team ups. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's a Marvel team up, bruh.
Did you know about the most feared tiger in history that ate over 400 people? In the early 1900s Nepal, there was a singular tiger that would only hunt humans. It started with only a handful of victims at first, but over time it learned how humans worked and
That nigga was like, oh shit. These things is actually pretty fucking delicious.
got better at attacking. It would target vulnerable people who were alone or defenseless during broad daylight. You could be going to gather firewood midday and get eaten alive out of nowhere. It would claim about 1 to 2 victims every week, eventually resulting in a man-eater crisis in Nepal, where entire villages would evacuate when an attack happened nearby, made people travel in large groups only, and even have curfews, slaying over 200 victims in Nepal, until it fled to the neighboring country of India due to the military targeting it, continuing to hunt hundreds of more victims in the same exact way, causing widespread panic. People even began boarding up their houses and were too scared to go outside during the day, taking over 200 more victims in India. But everything would come to an end after famous hunter Jim Corbett would use a human corpse as bait, putting one final blow to the man-eating tiger in 1907, with a total of 400.
400, that's it, bro. That's the most bodies ever caught ever. Besides like a natural disaster or like a terrorist attack or something, like one animal, like I don't even think one person has done that. That nigga real deal different, vicious. Nah, well, there is one person that did that.
Did you know there was a bear that fought in World War II alongside the Polish?
That I don't think I know that.
It all started when a group of soldiers stumbled into a kid selling a baby bear in the Middle East, trading it with the kid for some food because they thought it was cute. And in the beginning, it was nothing more than a pet, feeding it milk and honey daily, keeping company in their tents, and even naming it Voytek. But over time, the bear grew giant, over 6 feet tall and 500 pounds, planning on leaving him behind until they realized they could actually utilize the bear, deciding to register him into an official military rank called Private Voytek, bypassing laws not allowing animals to travel, where Voytek would actually work on the front lines with the Polish, helping carry heavy artillery shells or anything too heavy, saving tons of energy. Even off the battlefield, he would help detect spies, since every time one snuck in, they would freak out after seeing Voytek, letting
That's smart though. That's smart. Because if you think about it, everybody who's here, who actually is like they know we have a bear. They know it. They're like, why would you be scared of the bear that you know we have? You not supposed to be here. Get him gone. You know what I'm saying?
everyone know you weren't one of them. Did you know there were
That's tough though. That's tough though. That's tough.
These are 3 people who survived unsurvivable things. First, in the early 1800s, explorer Hugh Glass was ripped to pieces by a grizzly bear. His leg was shattered, scalp torn off, punctured throat, and gashes everywhere. Having no hope, his friends took his gear and left him behind to die. But he didn't, crawling over 200 miles in the
200? That's crazy. Crawling?
deadly wilderness, eating bugs, berries, and roots to survive. And after 6 months of crawling, he
crawled for bleeding out and crawling for 6 months? How?
reached civilization and lived. Next, in 1945, a man named Simo was on a business trip when one of the largest bombs in history hit 2 miles away from him.
I'm not laughing. I'm just like, as a country, sometimes we be bugging. You like,
In Hiroshima, launching him into the ground, causing serious burns, temporary blindness, and ruptured eardrums, but survived, going back home to Nagasaki to work again. While describing how he survived to his boss, another atomic bomb dropped.
Mid description is so crazy. Yo, you know that bomb, right? I survived. Wait. That's just crazy. Like, I'm not like, yo, y'all gotta get him, bro. It's like he's bad luck, bro. He's bad luck, bro. He's bad luck.
Hiding for cover and luckily surviving once more. Finally, in 1972, while a flight attendant named Vesna was on a plane ride, a briefcase bomb suddenly exploded, launching her out of the plane. Everyone else on the plane died, while Vesna fell strapped to her seat over 33,000 feet into a snowy hillside, breaking nearly every bone in her body, but survived and lived a normal life after.
Wow. What the fuck? Hey, bro, you meant to live, I ain't gonna lie. At that point, if you survived that, you meant to live.
The T-Rex was a lot
The T-Rex was worse than you thought.
more horrifying than you initially thought, and were way deadlier than what you learned. But why? First off, T-Rex had padded feet, meaning you wouldn't even hear them coming.
The fuck you mean? You mean I couldn't hear that big motherfucker? Oh no.
Only feeling the vibration of the ground and sounds of branches snapping around you until it was too late. But it gets more terrifying. They had better eyesight than eagles and could easily see you from over 3 miles away. And
3 miles? Fucking cheek. Oh, GG's. Yeah, if that motherfucker wanted you, you got.
Since they had binocular vision, they wouldn't see you from the side, but stare directly at you. Even if you tried running away, their sense of smell was so strong they could track you down for miles.
Yeah, had to drop the meteor, bro. Had to drop that motherfucker. No ifs, ands, or buts. It had to happen. This right here, don't need to exist no more.
Constantly following you, sometimes even hunting in groups to catch you. But worst of all, they had one of the strongest bite forces on the planet, meaning when they caught you, they wouldn't just eat you. Instead, they pinned you down with their legs and ripped you apart piece by piece. Did you know there was a cat
CIA cat
that actually worked for the CIA? In the 1960s, during the Cold War, the
Bro, they was just doing shit.
CIA needed a way to spy on the Soviets in a public space without raising suspicion, coming up with the idea to use a cat to listen in on the Soviets. To do this, they attached a tiny microphone inside of the cat's ear, then running a wire through the inside of the cat's body into its tail with
Inside, bro?
the transmitter was located, and even trained it to walk by near the correct people. And after 5 years of development and $20 million spent, it was time to put this cat to work, officially naming the operation Acoustic Kitty. During midday Washington, D.C., the first mission took place, where two Soviets were having a conversation. The CIA would then drop off the cat, letting it casually walk over to the targets to listen in. But as the cat made its way over, everything would go horribly wrong. The cat tried crossing the street, where a taxi would unfortunately run her over, failing its first ever mission.
$20 million spent and you couldn't teach the cat how to look both ways.
Orcas are way more disturbing than you actually thought, and are the most feared animal in the ocean. But why? First off, orcas literally harvest sharks' livers. They'll target great whites, learning to flip them upside down, activating something called tonic immobility, temporarily paralyzing them, then ripping out the shark's liver, eating it, and leaving them behind. But it gets worse, as orcas torture seals for fun, playing a game where they'll take turns going up to seals and launching them with their tails.
Yeah, we did see that. We did see that.
Reaching up to 50 feet high, constantly throwing the seal over and over until it finally dies and eating it. Even more horrible, when penguins are resting on icebergs, the orcas will
flip the iceberg,
group up and swim together to create giant waves, knocking them off the ice, letting it crawl back up and knocking it down over and over, continuing to practice this hunting tactic until they've had enough training and eating it. But the most brutal thing they do is chase down and harass
a mom and then kill. Yeah, nah, they're fucking insane.
Mother whales with their children. Since the mother is a threat, they use a tactic to tire them out instead, following the whales for hours until they get extremely exhausted. When the mother can't defend anymore, they'll take her baby and eat it alive in front of her. Orcas are way more. How did this singular pigeon save over 190 people's lives? It all started during World War I, where the US Army was surrounded by the Germans and accidentally getting
US Army was okay.
bombed by their own artillery since communications were down. With no way to escape, their only hope was to risk using carrier pigeons trained to deliver messages, attaching a note begging to stop the artillery, and sending out the first few pigeons praying they made it. But the Germans knew their tactics, shooting any pigeon they saw out of the air, where every single one of the pigeons died so far, all coming down to one final pigeon named Cher Ami, attaching the message and releasing him, flying into the battlefield with no problems at first, until Cher Ami was shot in the chest and fell from the sky. The artillery continued taking out hundreds of men, down to the last 200 soldiers out of 500. They thought it was all over and lost all of their hope, when suddenly everything fell silent. The artillery had stopped, because what they didn't know is Cher Ami survived, flying over 25 miles through enemy fire with a bullet wound and a missing leg after getting
Damn! No. God, get a statue of that bird, bro. Real shit. Bullet hole and that's Aura, bro.
Shot again, making it to headquarters and successfully delivering the message, saving their lives. Have you ever wondered why nothing attacks a capybara? They seem to be friends with nearly every living being on the planet, but why? First off, capybaras are naturally calm and very social creatures. They don't care if you go near it or bother them. They're also herbivores, so there's no need to attack other animals and are basically friends with everything. Known to hang out around caimans without getting attacked and also riding on top of them. Where even extremely vicious animals like jaguars and pumas hyenas are seen chilling with them as well. But still, why don't these deadly animals attack it? Well, in reality, you've been lied to. Because most of these clips you've seen of them chilling around these predators is simply because they're already full, or just too lazy to hunt them at that moment, meaning capybaras aren't always seen as friends.
Oh, yeah, well, way to bring me up and then shoot me down, buddy. Like I genuinely thought like we was like good. That's fine. That's I'm like, oh shit, they like that for real. Never mind.
How did this
Deadliest sniper in history
farmer become the most feared sniper in history and earn the nickname White Death after slaying hundreds of people? It all started during the Winter War in 1939, where a soon-to-be deadly man named Simo served as a sniper for the Finnish army. But he wasn't like the rest of the snipers and was so good at hiding he literally caused paranoia in the entire Soviet army. But how? First off, he never stayed in place or in a sniper nest. Instead, he lurked in the forest by himself, burrowing himself under the snow in a white camouflage suit, making him practically invisible, and every time he took out a few targets, he would move. He would also snipe without a scope, preventing glints, and was an experienced
Oh my god, who's this nigga? Without the glints? Oh my god.
hunter, knowing all the best spots. Becoming such a threat, the Soviets began sending entire artillery barrages near random areas in the woods, hoping to hit him, and even had an entire sniper force specifically looking for him, but they still had no luck, continuing to take out hundreds of more soldiers, making the Soviets terrified of the woods. Until one day, a Soviet finally spotted him, taking an explosive round to the jaw, being pulled out of the war, and somehow still making a full recovery.
He survived? He fucking survived? Goated. Hey, bruh.
With a total of 500.
Well, I guess I was wrong, chat. I was like, nah, nobody ever caught 400. No one person ever caught 400 bodies. I was wrong. I was just proven wrong in one video. God damn.
Confirmed fatality.
200 more uncut. 700? A farmer.
These are 4 animals with the most depressing lives. First is a cicada. You hatch
I hate a cicada. Kill them all. I ain't gonna lie. Those shits big ass, loud ass, fucking pissing ass bugs.
from an egg, fall into the dirt, and dig straight down. With no wings or eyes, you wait underground for 13 to 17 years doing nothing but eating and growing. And after
17 years. Holy shit, that's a lot of fucking years.
After all of this waiting, they dig to the surface, live for about 3 weeks, and die. Next is the immortal jellyfish. You aimlessly float around the ocean, and when you get sick, injured, or old, you don't die. Instead, you sink to the bottom of the ocean, turn into a blob, and reset back into a baby, stuck in an infinite loop of doing nothing, where it only ends if you get mangled alive by a fish or a crab. But even worse is a male redback spider, where your only purpose in life is to sacrifice yourself.
Yup, and get your head bitten off.
As female redbacks are 8 times bigger than the males, and during mating they only breed for a few seconds, then diving into the female's mouth and getting brutally eaten alive to help fertilize her eggs. Then lastly, the Greenland shark. You're born in total darkness and freezing cold Arctic water and can only swim slower than humans walk, where your daily routine is swimming alone in the dark, eating remains of dead animals, and eventually going blind from parasites in your eyes. Doing this again and again for a lifespan of over 400 years.
400 years? Why pirates are
More horrifying than what you learned, and we're the
I can believe that.
worst group to run into. But why? First off, pirates would never let you leave. They would target merchant ships, and once they spotted you, they would constantly follow you. And since pirate ships were much faster than normal ones, they would slowly catch up to you no matter how far you were. Pirates were also known to use psychological tricks as they caught up, where famous pirates like Blackbeard would put fuses in his beard to look like a demon chasing after you. You would also hear their chants growing louder and louder as they inch closer. But if you did somehow outrun the pirates, they would trick you instead, having other ships disguised as your allies coming up to you, matching your flag, giving you a false sense of hope, then ambushing you out of nowhere. But it gets worse once they get on, because pirate ships typically had 2 times the amount of people easily able to outnumber you. First shooting their weapons at you, disorientating everyone on board and creating a giant smokescreen, then grappling your ship and pulling you in with no escape, where hundreds of our men would then jump and board onto your ship, taking everyone hostage, where your only option is to surrender, letting them take
that butt. You think pirates was taking butt, chat?
everything and possibly making you a slave, or fighting back and most likely losing your life.
Damn. slave, take your butt, or die.
Pirates.
Crazy. Those are like the worst options.
The Ice Age
Why the Ice Age suck?
was a lot deadlier than what you thought, and should have been the end of the human species. But why? Firstly, humans were one of the weakest beings and had no fur, meaning just by stepping outside you could
Die.
instantly go blind and freeze to
Blind. Your eyes would freeze?
death due to constant blizzards, needing to stay sheltered in dark caves for days on end until it cleared up. But it gets worse, as you were constantly being hunted, where saber-tooths or short-faced bears standing over 11 feet tall would hunt you during the day. And even if you waited until night, direwolves the size of you would hunt you down as well. But even worse, you couldn't grow crops, so you were forced to go outside and face all of these predators without a choice, equipped with only stone tools and bones as your main weapons to catch food and survive, needing to sacrifice multiple friends within your group just for every meal. But worst of all, you were statistically supposed to die before age 25 to 35, since this was the average lifespan. Where the human population at this time dropped so low, it was said we only had a few thousand left in the world, with an average group size of around 20 to 50 people at most, or sometimes much lower, being the hardest time period to ever live in. The Ice Age wondered how we domesticated dogs and turned them into a man's best friend. It all started about 30,000 years ago, where humans and wolves were pretty much enemies. Wolves would always try to sneak up on humans and try to scavenge leftover bones and food, and humans would typically kill or chase them away since they were aggressive. But sometimes there were wolves that weren't aggressive and simply stood near camps without bothering them. Noticing this, humans would only give the calm ones more food, and since they actually helped scare away predators and even warn us when something was near, we didn't mind them. Where these calm wolves began shadowing around humans all the time, and also helped us hunt, sharing the catch. And over time, we got so used to these wolves, we even began letting them live with us, only breeding and helping the ones with calm genetics and fighting off the aggressive ones. And throughout multiple generations of breeding, humans pretty much reshaped wolves' DNA to be friendlier towards us, and thousands of years later slowly became the dogs that we have today.
Oh my goodness, look at that baby. But that has been the end of Hoodie Guy. Shout out to Hoodie Guy. Great shorts, you know what I'm saying? Some great facts. If you guys like this video, like the video, and if you guys show it a lot of love, we'll check out some more of his shorts. But you know, shout out to him, you know, and shout out to y'all. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Like the video, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.